Our next stop is in Tennessee, where they have birds on the payroll. In downtown Memphis, Tennessee, our Blue Ribbon Historic Hotel is the Peabody.
South Finest Hotel. Fantastic. It's gorgeous. People want to stay here. This is the #1 place in the South.
Back in 1865, Robert C. Brinkley built the original hotel and named it after his best friend, George Peabody. The original Peabody closed in 1923, then reopened at its current location in 1925.
The meeting place was the Peabody. It was the social place of this area of the South.
And then, as today, the place to socialize was the Peabody's Grand Lobby, also known as the living room of Memphis.
When you walk into it, you go, wow, this is great.
The Grand Lobby's original details have just been restored and are just as they were 80 years ago. The Peabody's marble fountain, the floor-to-ceiling columns, the stained glass and the inlaid wood on the ceiling, as well as the million-dollar chandeliers, create the lobby's historic ambiance.
It's just fun to come and sit in the lobby and just envision who's been here over the years. It's just filled with a lot of history.
Another reason this historic hotel is Blue Ribbon worthy is its feathered residents, the world-famous Peabody ducks. Every morning, just before 11 a.m., the Peabody's duck master, Daniel Fox, rolls out the red carpet and folks gather round for the Duck March.
Whether you're a guest in the South's Grand Hotel or you're visiting for the Duck March, you're truly a guest and we thank you for coming.
Before the legendary ducks make their grand entrance, Daniel gives the crowd a history lesson.
A lot of people don't know, but the original Peabody was actually a block up the street.
Then he rides the elevator up to the ducks' grand abode.
They live in their royal duck palace on the plantation rooftop of the hotel. Good morning. Time to go to work.
Daniel's main job is to keep the Peabody ducks, well, in line.
On the duck team right now is 1 male, which is called a drake, 4 females, which are hens. Reason being, that's pretty close to the ratio in the wild.
After they've waddled into their specially reserved elevator, Dan escorts them down 14 floors where the crowd is anxiously awaiting their grand entrance. 55 feet of red carpet later, they hop into the marble fountain for the remainder of the day. We wondered how they know where to go.
They trained them.
And she's right. The tradition started in the 30s and continued for 50 years. Edward Pembroke was the Peabody's first duck master, and when he retired, the Peabodys searched the world for someone to take care of their famous birds.
We had people as far away as Indochina wanting to be the keeper of the gooses.
After 6 months of interviews, Daniel Fox finally got the job of training, feeding, and taking care of the Peabody's 5 starlets.
I love it, and yeah, it's a little bit wacky, but what the heck?
Every 90 days, Dan trains 5 new ducks to continue the Peabody tradition. Looks like a pretty good life for a duck.
Well, put it this way, I haven't had any complaints from them.
And the onlookers agree.
These ducks live in style.
You don't see much wildlife inside hotels.
I've never seen anything like it.
My kids' eyes just lit up. Nobody else has it, and it's such an attraction.
A few clucks away from the duck's marble fountain is another piece of history in the Peabody, Lansky's clothing store. Bernard Lansky, the owner of the shop, was Elvis Presley's personal tailor. Back in 1948, Elvis walked by Mr. Lansky's first shop on Beale Street.
One day he came in the store, Mr. Lansky, Mr. Lansky. I said, what we got, Elvis, what we got? He said, I've got a contract to go to New York. Ed Sullivan, Tommy Dawson, Jimmy Dawson. I've got to be there Saturday night, and I've got to have some clothes. I said, man, you're at the right place. I said, you know what I got?
Mr. Lansky pulled out a memorable shirt especially for the king.
I put that pink and black shirt on him. He liked it, man. He went wild over that thing, man. Something different. Why not, Elvis? I said, you deserve it. So he kept on coming in.
Now Elvis's fans line up to buy the clothes literally fit for the king. Some even request Mr. Lansky's autograph on their new duds. Next door to Lansky's in the Peabody Hotel's lobby is a blue ribbon French restaurant, Chez Philippe. For one family, the combination of great cuisine in a beautiful setting is magnifique.
It's one of the most wonderful restaurants in the world. It's kind of like leaving Tennessee and feeling like you've been to Paris, France for the day.
The atmosphere is wonderful. The service is terrific. So is the food. It's unique and different every night. So we love coming here.
And they're not alone. Back in the 20s and 30s, the Peabody had rooftop parties called Sunset Serenade, when big bands played live radio broadcasts. Today, the Peabody keeps up the tradition.
Now it's called the rooftop party, and the bands have changed a little. Otherwise, it's still the same thing.
And when the party's over, hotel guests can retire to their comfortable rooms. The Romeo and Juliet suite is one customer favorite. With 30-foot ceilings, these two-level hotel rooms are a unique place for a romantic escape. And the best part?
The bed. I have to say, I've never slept in anything like it.
It sounds like the Peabody's blue ribbon worthy, but just to make sure, we checked with Silas Harris, the Peabody's longest employee.
I've been here 48 years.
And his answer?
Most definite. Yeah, where else can you get the history, quality, service, and memories?
The Peabody's customers concur.
They capture the essence of the South. They capture the glamour of what was in the 1920s. It's one of a kind.
For its history, for its opulence, magnificence, it's a really neat place.
Yes.
Absolutely. I'd give it several.